Hey guys, today's Monday and we are going to learn about 3D shapes. Last week we talked about flat shapes. We called them 2D, okay? But today we're going to talk about 3D shapes. Now these shapes they take up space, okay? So we all know what 3D means. It means it pops out at you. So the shapes that we're going to look at today are going to have, they're going to take up space, okay? So let's look at our first one. Our first one is very special. Okay, our first one is called a cube, and this cube has all of its sides. We're going to call it faces on the 3D shapes, but all of the faces are square shape. You see this? No matter how I turn it, every single side has a square on the side. Its face is a square shape. Okay, makes a cube really special because every single face is the same. Okay, just like a square. Remember how a square, all the sides are the same length? Well, in a cube, all of the faces are the same and they're in a square shape. Okay, now our next shape. Remember, cube. Think about our dice. The cube, the number cubes that we roll, that's what a cube is. Okay, our next shape. Our next shape is different. Okay, our next shape is round. It can roll. Okay, where our cube can't roll. All right, this one is round, so it can roll. And if you look at the flat side, this face, what shape is it? Yeah, it's a circle. Okay, so we've got this circle face on the top and on the bottom. Those are the same shape. And then around the edge is very smooth. Okay, it's in a circle shape. Okay, so the faces are shaped. The faces are circles. And this shape you might be really used to seeing maybe in the grocery store or in your cabinets. Okay, this is your shape of your can. Okay, so this is called a cylinder. Say it, cylinder. Okay, do you remember what this one was? This one was our cube, and this one is a cylinder. Okay, next shape, this one. This one's fun. It still has a circle face, okay? But see how they all come up to one point at the top? You're used to seeing it maybe upside down like this with some ice cream on top. Okay, so this one is called a cone. It only has one face, a cone, and we can see it like this, or we can see it upside down like your ice cream cone. Okay, so cone. The next shape is like your basketball or your baseball. This is called a sphere. Okay, there are no faces on a sphere. It's a ball. Okay, it takes up space. It's not flat, but it's called a sphere. Our next shape is kind of like the cone. It comes to one point, but instead of being a circle, it's got a rectangle. Okay, this is called a pyramid. You see how the bottom face is a square or a rectangle, but each side is in the shape of a triangle, and they all come up to one point at the top. Okay, so every side comes up and it connects all at one point at the top, and this is called a pyramid. Say that word, pyramid. Now, it doesn't always have to be a rectangle or a square. It could be other shapes too, as long as it's not a circle, because then it's a cone. Okay, but this is a pyramid. Do you remember what this one was? Has circle faces, and it can roll. Hopefully you do. It's a cylinder. Okay, now let's try this one. I've actually got two examples of this one. Okay, so they're two different kinds, but they're both the same, and they're called rectangular prisms. And did you hear the word rectangle in there? Okay, that's because the faces are rectangles. That's all that means, is that the faces of each face are rectangles. Okay, so every single face is a rectangle, so we call it a rectangular prism. They can be tall and a bit chunky, or they can be long and skinny, but both of them are rectangular prisms. Okay, and the last shape I want to talk to you about is a triangular prism. Now, did you hear the same word? Rectangular prism, triangular prism. Well, this is called a triangular prism because the face is a triangle. Okay, it's got one triangle on the top and the bottom, but then the sides are rectangles. So be careful. If it's got a triangle as a face, it's a triangular prism. If it's got all rectangles as a face, then it's a rectangular prism. Okay, so let's go through all of our shapes one more time. We've got our cube, and then our cylinder, our sphere, and a cone. Remember, we're used to seeing it this way. Our pyramid, okay, and two different examples. Rectangular prism. And then finally, the triangular prism. Today you're going to go on a scavenger hunt for different shapes around your house. You've got a different kind of assignment, so you've got to take some pictures of each of these shapes. Now, I didn't include all of them, just a few, but I want you to look really hard. I don't want you to make the shape either. I want you to take a picture of something in your house or outside your house that is that shape. Good luck. I look forward to seeing what you have come up with.